All right, guys. So, what I just finished with doing is the first video I made earlier today, actually a few minutes ago, was that I pinned one side of the tote bag handles to each side. So, I pinned this side of one of the strap handles and then I pinned this side. Okay. Now, I want to show you the fact that the reason why this bag looks bunchy is that I've pinned both of the strap handles on each side here. So as you can see here, the reason why I have pins in here is because I'm going to be doing a top seam and a bottom seam on the edge of this tote bag. So there's going to be a seam that's going to run along the top, okay? And then there's going to be a seam that's going to run along the bottom here, okay? And they're gonna both run. There's gonna be two seams, okay? And then the same is gonna happen for the other side. So you see the pins here. You see how there's a second set of pins at the bottom, right? So the reason why there's a second set of pins at the bottom is because here is the other strap, as you can see, right? Isn't that cool, guys? So these pins have this strap down here pinned down, okay? It's kind of hard to kind of hold my phone and show you guys, but these pins are here. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing is I have to sew all the way around the top of this bag twice in order to be able to make sure that I get these handles secured in place. Okay, so I think I might be doing a little bit of top stitching, if you will, on this bag. But I just wanted to kind of show you guys like the pinning I did, and I wanted to show you what I'm going to be doing. Okay. When it comes to working with pins, if you're like me, you're a bit scared of working with pins and scared of getting stuck when you're sewing. It's possible you can get stuck. Some people wear thimbles. I haven't worn a thimble yet or anything like that. But understand pins can be sharp. So, when you're pinning something, make sure you have your focus on what you're doing. So you make sure that your pins don't accidentally prick your finger. Because yesterday when I was in class, I accidentally pricked my finger. And what I did is immediately after I noticed that I pricked my finger, I ended up going and washing my hands right away and things. So that actually helped me because I don't think they had any first aid stuff or whatever, but that's okay because I washed my hands. If you're at home, you can use use like some first aid ointment and stuff like that. You definitely do that. But one thing is, I wouldn't recommend having wet hands while you're working on sewing because then your fabric is going to get wet and you don't want your thread getting wet or anything like that. You want to make sure the project you're working on stays dry. So I'm going to be looking at my pattern here just to make sure I pin correctly. And then what I'm going to be doing is working on the top seam and then the bottom seam. So hopefully it'll look pretty nice. So um, I'll have to see how it looks once I'm finished. But I'm just going to double check my pattern just to make sure that I did everything that I needed to do before I kind of do the seam around the bag. I am going to try to square the bag, I believe, and see if I can get it to kind of stand up. So I'll see if I can do that just to make it look a little bit more fancier, but I'll have to see about that at some point. But yeah, you can see there's the strap here under the bottom, and then there's the strap and stuff. But this is my second time making a tote bag, so I'm really excited to see what it's going to look like once I'm finished and things. So I got a little excited when I looked at the inside of the fabric. So we'll have to see what it looks like. I don't know too many people on YouTube if anybody's like posted any videos about making a tote bag, but I'm kind of slowly making my tote bag as time kind of goes on, things like that, just kind of pacing myself. And I'm starting to notice in my class that, it's really starting to help me because yesterday I made a cosmetic bag and, my stitching is getting really good on the sewing machine, and I'm really like following what I'm supposed to be doing, which is awesome. So, I'm getting better. The more you sew, the better you get, but you have to, just trust yourself. You don't have to be a perfectionist. Just, trust the process. At first I was like, I don't like that idea. I like to have control over what I'm doing, but you have to just let yourself, go through it and understand with sewing, you don't have to start off by making complicated stuff like a dress or, a dress shirt or a suit or, any kind of like ball gown or anything that, that people say is easy. You don't have to do that. What you can do is just take your time. Take your time, enjoy the process of making a project, and it'll be fine. You can do it. Just believe in yourself. All right, guys, thanks for watching.